All right. Hey guys, it's Rob Sachetto, and you're in my studio, commonly known as Zombie Pokemon Factory. Yeah, that's what it's been kind of lately. Cranking out the Pokemons. Yeah, I'm having fun doing it. So I'll sort of go back to them when I. After say doing some comic pages and stuff, I'll kind of go back to them and do a few more. No rush, just taking it easy. But so and like I said, I always keep at least 9 to 20 or wherever. Pieces on the go. So these I just did today. I don't know how I managed to do that with all the other stuff I did, but it happened. So 1, 2, 3. Y'all recognize these? 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow. So 7? Is that true? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, it is. Oh my goodness. So 8, 8, and 9. So these are the ones I just did today. That's not counting the stuff I have left to do. So yeah, I keep a lot of stuff on the go. And that keeps me busy, that keeps me motivated, keeps it interesting, you can't have too much of a good thing type of thing. So yeah, I try to change it up. Now, I don't know if y'all can see, there's a lot of different paper types here. Okay, but I'm using I'm using watercolor paper, a different watercolor paper. I think it's gonna suck. So I did it on, I did this one, which is all blue or something, blue-green, I think. Yeah, grayish-blue, okay. So this one's grayish-blue, so that shouldn't be too bad. There's not too much color, difference and room for errors, so I think I did it on the cheap watercolor, like cheaper than, the quality is cheaper than the dollar store watercolor paper, like pads, drawing pads or sketchbooks or whatever you want to call them. So yeah, this is a different textured paper. If you can see that, we got the high def. That's why I look like a ghoul. If you see me in person, it's like, oh my god, yeah, this guy, he's a monster. So there's another. So I kind of went through them pretty fast, but yeah, so I'm going to be cleaning these up, or rather tightening them up and cleaning them up if I have to. That's pretty much what I'm going to be doing today. And yeah, these I'll be sort of tightening up too. I love this hand. I love that hand right there. So that's going to be great. I think that's going to be so fun to embellish and ink. So I'm going to put some, it's one of those things where you just have the drawing and you go, okay, well, the rib cage is going to go there. That's what it looks like, and that collarbone protrusion, off of the top of the breast, it's so, you create that super bony, thin look, right? But there's still actual shape, to the character. That's why I do the pinups to be obvious, right? So everything's really accentuated. It's not mysterious. It's more it's like pinup photography, but zombie girls, It's that kind of thing, aesthetic, right? So yeah, so anyway, I don't want to get too carried away on this, but yeah, then there's, So there's this. So that, yeah, like nine penciled things today. So I guess 7 Pokemon, man. So yeah, so I'm gonna be, you know, adding the details to these, tightening them up, getting them sharper, figuring out details and things like that, you know, as I go. And yeah, we'll have a hell of a time. Yeah. So I don't know if you've seen any of my other live streams, but I've been doing comics. I've been doing the Cape Fear 2. I did a Venom, zombie Venom from the ground up, from like roughs to pencils to finished. So if you want to see that, that's on there too. Then everything that I draw basically here is on my Patreon. So you know, and now this time I can see your comments if anybody's on. Damn it! You know what? I'm so sorry. Like the first time I saw them, they were at the top. But now they're at the bottom, and I couldn't see them because of the drawing table. So when they didn't show up on top, I didn't think anybody was responding. So again, I didn't respond. So again, my apologies. This time I figured it out. So if you'd like to say hi or you know, ask a question or whatever, you got me. I can see you now. All right, so. Yeah, and I think this is a pretty good angle. Yeah. Yeah, and so don't forget, everything that I draw here ends up on my Patreon, usually shortly after. I've got, thankfully, by I don't know how, I have an actual surplus of images. So, like, sometimes I might use those, right? Because they're new, too. I just hadn't had time to, you know, not time, but space, actually, to post them. Because I post one a day, and I was doing more than one a day. Like, I was at a point where I was doing, like, you know, 5 or 6 a day. You know, finishing 5 or 6 a day, right? So they all sort of came at once. Because I've been working on them for a while, so that was a win. You know, it's great when you have a surplus of images, so you're not, you know, struggling to meet a deadline like that you would pose on yourself. I know it sounds crazy, but guys, like, you know what? It kind of pays to be hard sometimes in life. Like, it kind of pays to be like, you know, unyielding and like. Always sort of, you know, on in terms of, you know, output, right? Like you're always striving to create new content and put out new things and you know, go with trends too sometimes, because, you know, it's a business, right? Like like I want people to find me, right? So of course the blog has, like, the Zombie Portraits blog, for example, has a lot of like pop culture stuff, you know, to sort of get people to kind of go and check it out. And I hope you guys do, you know, because there's some great art on there, some of my best art, and it's all sort of remastered stuff from Zombie Daily and all the new stuff from Zombie Daily. So I'm basically trying to create another Zombie Daily on the Zombie Portraits website. So just like the days of yore, where that was a thing, and then everyone just went to kind of one place, you know. Yeah, so I'm trying to kind of do that. Like, it'll never I don't think I could ever, like, there's 3,000 there's 3,000 images, man. Like, I've done quite a few in the short time, but I've posted quite a few in the short time, but yeah, it's a grind, man. Another grind. I'm the grinder. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I think one of my friends one of my colleagues at the college said that of me, or that he calls me that, or I don't know, something like that. I'm the grinder. I'm the grinder or something, or king of the grind. That's what it was. That's what it was. King of the grind. Yeah, man. That's what they referred to me as. King of the grind. It's true. But I love it though, man. I don't take it as an insult or like a jab. I almost, I'm proud of that, because I just it's that relentless pursuit, of creating stuff, and all the time, and he does it all the time. Yeah, man. Yeah, like I don't know how anyone could ever say that they're bored. Like there's so much I want to do. I just, like, that doesn't compute with me. Like I could live another 100 years and never be bored one day of that easily. Like, yeah. The stuff that I'm passionate about now in this lifetime, like in this life span, I could be just as passionate about for many other things and have many other interests, and like want to, do other kinds of art, other types of art. But yeah, anyway, man, like, yeah, time, So yeah, I have a very huge, desire to create, and you could say, oh, it's all the same stuff. Like, it's not the same stuff. Nothing is ever the same. Like, every single thing is different, even though it's like some of it's similar. Like, nothing is ever the same, and that's the beauty of it. Like, that one of a kindness that speaks to people. Like a piece of art, So, yeah, don't get me started on that AI thing, man. Don't get me started on that. Like, that's a tirade for another time. I've already, I think, talked about it and made my feelings about it known easily. Yeah. I think y'all know. I think y'all know by the tone I just sunk to what that is, So, but I'll talk about it another time. If you know what, guys, if you want me to talk, if you want me to discuss anything, if you have questions about anything, let me know. At all times, man. At all times. If I can help you or answer a question, I'm more than happy to do that. Knowledge is such a great thing, and sometimes it's you can't just Google it. You gotta talk to a person who is kind of there where you want to be. Whether it's art or whether whatever that thing is, and it usually happens. It usually comes with those super unattainable things, but also attainable things. You want kind of a mentor or someone to, give that give empathy to your question, not just, answer it, but, add the necessary theatrics to, drive the point home if you have to, right? So, a computer can't kind of do that, like a program can't do that, or like a written answer can't give you that, right? Like the print on a screen cannot give you that kind of human touch. I like the human touch. The Simpsons. Yep. Anywho, I hope y'all all enjoying these little drawing feats. So basically what I do is I have my computer upstairs, and I, pull up the image, and then I eyeball it on the piece of paper, very roughly. Like sometimes a little bit more. Like after I've got a few done, I'll kind of maybe go back and tighten it up. And then I bring it down here to my actual drawing studio, and really tighten them up. So you're seeing them at the really rough, really one shot eyeballing it phase. That's I'm looking at the screen and going through lines and stuff, right? So anyway, yeah, you're seeing it at that. This one obviously I just kind of did, so that the difference is quite a bit. Like here's one that is more fleshed out, and here's one that isn't. Again, that's a one shot. I think I went in after and tightened it up a little bit more. Yeah, I did, because I think I had to erase some stuff that I screwed up. But this was a hard one. The perspective was weird, and I wanted to add that weird bat ear to it to make it look more bat-like, So again, these are mutated, almost Pokemon characters, right? That are zombies, but further sort of mutate and get better at hunting and killing and stuff. And some of them grow appendages that do or sharper claws or whatever to do to zombie it up more. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm just, again, connecting more dots. This is almost like creating the ink lines. You're at least starting a pathway for your more tighter inks, And again, I don't mind seeing some of the pencil underneath the paint, underneath the ink. I like that, and it works for the zombie, motif or style, yeah, that's to me, that's kind of a plus, right? A plus. Do I have this on the? Yeah, I do, right? Oh, look at that. I had it on the wrong thing, too. Fool. Okay. Maybe it did show up on this. Well, yeah, why wouldn't it? Maybe that's why I saw it at the top before. Because I had it on this page. Okay, I'm gonna flip back and forth to see, because I want to be able to answer your questions, guys, if you have any. And yeah, there's just kind of this weird, perplexing delay, and yeah, and other features on this sort of platform that are kind of irking me. But anyway, no biggie. I'll figure it out. I just want to be able to, answer questions if you have any, or see if you're watching, or who's watching, or if anyone wants to, yeah, if anyone has questions or anything like that. So, there, yeah. So tightening it up, I will probably do way more on the feet here. How did that go? Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, all right. Okay. Figuring stuff out. Kind of went with the more feather look. I was going to go with the scaly kind of thing but I might put like bumps and stuff anyway, just like parasites in the feet. You know, I don't know if you've ever seen those gnarly, weird, parasitic things that attach to the scales of the bird's feet. But yeah, weird stuff, man. Yeah, I'm even gonna put the kind of one that I remember that kind of went around. It was like they're almost like tumors or bumps or whatever. Yeah. You know, you gotta make it gross. Gotta keep it gangsta. You gotta make it gross, man. You know, put the grossness in. Get the grossness in. Yeah. You know, at every chance you kind of get, with obviously within reason. You know, you don't want to overdo it unless that's your gimmick. But yeah, you want to take advantage of the things that would be gross for that creature, character, whatever, you know, whatever it is, right? And then keep that backstory in mind. How did it get to be a zombie? Was it a chemical spill, an alien, meteorite or something, or a curse, or like there's so many ways zombies could exist, right? And they have characteristics in those things, right? Within those parameters. And so, you know, in my zombie handbook, I try to distill all the lore into one comprehensive thing with drawings, right? So yeah. You know what? I don't think that is on my Shopify page, but I should put that on, and so you guys could pick it up if you want. Yeah, the second printing is unbelievable. Like, there's so much awesome. Like, it's just better in every single way. So, you know, don't think you've already seen the Zombie Handbook, because you haven't. Like, the new volume 2, the second printing rather, is like fantastic. There's so many changes that I and Andrea wanted to sort of do. You know, she was my co-pilot on everything, and then we ended up designing it together in the course of like one of the hottest summers, and we didn't kill each other, man. how we stayed sane doing that, because man, that was one of the most tedious, challenging things I've had to do. But man, is it ever rewarding. So the book is redesigned, and yeah, I should put that on the. When I do, I'll have the link in the description below, because yeah, it's a great. I'm really proud of it. There's new art. There's different art. But like all the contents from the first volume are the same. You know, there's just more and bigger art, and wow, what a difference! You know, more, bigger, and new art. Yeah, there were some pages where I'm like, why is there an image here? Put an image there. Do it. You know, get it done. Put an image there. So yeah, man. Not only do you get like a totally revised and a new cover I did just for the second printing. So yeah, man, it's a deal, man. And I'm not trying to sell. I ain't trying to sell it, but I'm just saying it's a really good. It's such a huge improvement over the. Not that I'm not proud of the original. I am, just for having done it. You know, because that was hard. You know, too, having to write it and do all the art for it. But you know, that was the reward just in getting that gig. Like, that was remarkable, you know. So yeah, I was so happy to have gotten that. But yeah, years later, and it was translated into Spanish by Ocean, one of Europe's largest publishers. Um, and man, that was a thrill too. That knocked my socks off. I couldn't believe that. You know, like you know what? I hate to talk about my accomplishments and stuff, but I'm just telling you how I feel and like how I felt and how I feel about it. Uh, that's kind of it. That's kind of it. I was just really, I was really honored to be able to have been asked to do that stuff. Even bicycle cards, like that card deck, man. People love that card deck. I wish they would bring that back. I want to bring it back. I think we're talking about doing that. So yeah, I hope it happens. Just that cards are pretty expensive to print, like with the box and everything. So yeah, like that's kind of the deal. I think is the price of that, and you can't just get them to, like the people who do them have to print a certain way, I think, too. I could be wrong about that, but I think I'm right about that. Like, you can't just go to a printer and get like those types of finishes and that stock just printed anywhere. I don't think. And if you maybe could, it's probably mega super expensive. So yeah, cards are a specific thing. And you know what? I didn't realize at the time until I did them that they were such a huge collectible thing for folks. Like, even a buddy of mine was like, "Oh, can I get a couple decks?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And then he wanted an uncut sheet because I told him I had an uncut sheet, and he's like, "Yeah, like he was so happy to get that." And because those things are, I guess, pretty rare too. I don't know. You'd have to, I guess, order them. So yeah, because they don't just, like, where would you get that? They don't just sell those in stores or anything like that. So yeah, they're pretty, like, again, a rare item. Um, unless you could traditionally order them. I don't know. Like, order them from the company. They must. No one's going to turn away money. But maybe it is too expensive. Or, yeah, they're not. That's not even the point for them. It's the collectible, right? So, yeah, maybe that is a thing. I don't know, man. Yeah. So, here's another. And again, doing some crazy, like, the arms are always like just sort of marshmallows, right? So I want to put bone structure in there, and because it's zombie, gotta keep it zombie. Yeah. So all of those holes and fleshy parts and bones are super visible. Yeah. through the skin. So yeah, all of this stuff goes on my Patreon page and my Zombie Portraits page, zombieportraits.com. Find all the new art on there, and the Patreon Zombie Daily, Zombie Portraits page. Those are the two pages, the flagship pages. Yeah. All the new art goes there. Old stuff. Stuff that hasn't been posted in over 20 years. I will post on there too. So yeah. You get to see everything. I'm filling up the docket for the zombie art, the traditional horror art style, using traditional materials. pencils, pens, paint, markers, pencil crayons, anything to describe what I'm drawing succinctly, you know. Just gonna check my okay. Doop. There. Yeah. So again, just adding the details, you know, in pencil so that they're pretty much complete, so that when I add the watercolor washes on top, you'll be able to see the pencil lines, and you'll be able to ink over them. And that's how I do my stuff. That's how I do basically everything, with a few exceptions. It depends on what I'm doing, right? But mostly, if I'm doing zombie art, it's kind of the same process. And I've been doing that for many, many, many years, right? So if you like it, great. A lot of people do recognize it. Hopefully they like it when they recognize it. A lot of people buy a lot of my prints at conventions. Yeah, I feel really good about that, you know. And a lot of selling a lot of Cape Fear comics and zombie handbooks at conventions, which is really great lately. That's been awesome. Yeah, especially the Cape Fear comic, Cape Fear graphic novel. That thing is really it always sells without having to sell it. Like I always kind of see people in the corner of my eye, because I usually have it, like I usually put the comics a little further down, and I'll see people like kind of flip through it, and the next thing you know, like they're coming to, you know, give me money for it, like buy it off me, you know. So I'm like, oh, that's so awesome, like that. It didn't take long, like it doesn't take long usually. So, you know, but they have to open it, or, you know, ask me what it's about, and then I give them, like I always say, the 5-second elevator pitch, and say it's a cross between the X-Files and Lord of the Rings, and then that usually, you know, gets people really, you know, people who, you know, thankfully know what that is, because X-Files is a long time ago too, right? So, but yeah, I think everybody is like pretty much, you know, down with Lord of the Rings, or knows what it is familiar with it, like even non-nerds. Yeah, it's a universal thing, right? So, and I really kind of think X-Files is too, but that's a biased opinion, because I lived through the heyday of the X-Files, you know, like right from Jump Street, basically. When they and I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be a great show. And, you know, watched it like religiously throughout the tenure, and then I kind of dropped off. But man, like it was kind of like the greatest episodes, the Peacock family one, and the Fluke Man, and that the dude who slithers through the grates and stuff, and the witch one. Yeah, there were some great episodes, man. Like, there were some really good episodes. Oh, I think there's a couple of witch ones. But the witch at the school, which was, I thought, really awesome. I thought that was a great episode too. With that Peacock family one, man, that was disturbing. I think there was some networks that wouldn't show it, but Fox did, because, you know, they're Fox, man. Like, I think it was, you know, they catered to the lowest common denominator type stuff, right? But not that X-Files was, but I guess, they had to because they did that for everybody else. I don't know, I don't know what the reasoning behind that was, but yeah, Fox aired it, and yeah, so if you're wondering what I'm talking about, the Peacock family episode of the X-Files, man, if you've seen that, that is a disturbing episode. Yeah, great episode, great episode. I don't want to spoil it though. So yeah, I'm not gonna say anything about it. I'm not gonna say anything else about it, but yeah. I think it kind of spawned a franchise. I don't know if that's true or not, but yeah, it did it did better in the one episode than what that franchise did in its entire tenure. Yeah, but anyway, check it out. And the Fluke Man, of course, actually did a zombie version of that character. I think that was a request. Yeah, I think that was a custom. Somebody wanted that as a custom, and yeah, because that seems odd of me that I would have drawn the Fluke Man as a zombie, just out of the blue, Yeah. So, getting some really good details in there. Guys, check out my Patreon where all of this art will be posted eventually. If you have the ways and means, I would sure appreciate and love and be honored to have your support. All the proceeds go to more art supplies, man, and that's what this whole Patreon is about. It's that sort of circle of, here's some great art, man. It's free, If you could toss me $2 a month, man, that'd be awesome. The art will improve. I'll get cooler art supplies and stuff that are, maybe better, different, and who knows? The art could will change and evolve and things of that nature too. So, and you'll be kind of be able to watch it happen too. So your support kind of makes change, also, elicits change in my artistry for the better, So, yeah, your support is, it means everything to me, guys. And if you could, like this video and subscribe to the channel, man, oh, that would be so awesome. I'd really appreciate that. It would help more people see the craziness of this entire enterprise. Yeah. So, you know what? I was thinking of almost not giving him any pupils. Yeah, I think that looks way more badass. So, there's that. This guy reminds me of King Seesaw, man, from Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla, or Terror of Mechagodzilla, or whatever. But yeah, King Seesaw, King Caesar, King Seesaw. He got a song and everything. I loved him. I actually loved the design that they did in Final Wars. I loved Final Wars, man. How could you not like Final Wars? Like, how could you not like that? Like, just pretend it doesn't exist in any other universe, but like, you know, or some other universe rather, and go with it, man. If you have any problems with it, but just enjoy it. It's like so fun and so like over the top, and man, I loved it. I just wish the fighting sequences would have been longer, man. I'm sure I'm not alone in saying that. But that was one of the best Godzilla movies ever, man. I don't care what you say. For that type of movie, it did its job. You know, I've been a Godzilla fan since like 5 years old. You know, and it's not like I'm an expert on Godzilla or anything. I just love Godzilla a lot. And like, sure, it wasn't -1 or it wasn't Shin or, you know, whatever. And then there's people who don't like Shin, and I'm like, what? What are you talking about? What's wrong with you? Yeah, that movie was like so fantastic, man. Yeah. Brilliant. So yeah, I'm a huge kaiju fan. Again, that's kind of why, you know, I'm doing the Pokemon zombies, because there's so many weird ones, and yeah, they're fun, man. Like, there's like, check this one out, man. Oh my god, yeah, like Krieger! Oh man, yeah. You know what this is, damn it, you know what I should have, I know this thing is blue here, but I wondered if it was a fin, or just he's got a thick neck. So I didn't, I kind of didn't do my total homework on this one, other than the colors. Well, he's white. He's totally white. He's got the shapes on him. But yeah, no, this is blue. But I don't know if it's a fin or what it is. Or if it's just a thick, like his neck's thick. I think it's a fin. I'm going to treat it like a fin. Or, excuse me, or I'll leave it. And then remember when I see it next time. Yeah, I won't ink it in or pencil it in even. I'll just leave it, and then yeah. So those things happen sometimes. Yeah, I forgot to check what that was there. But I can still do everything up to the inking phase, so that's not a big deal. Plenty of time for that. But yeah, he's great. Look at him. He's crazy, man. He looks like a Bob's Burgers character. The reason too why I wanted to know if that was a fin or if that was his neck was because I wanted to kind of make his neck look like it was like flaccid and almost snapping in the attempt of, I guess, jumping or whatever. So yeah, I wanted to add that little extra flaccidity. But I'm putting a vein in him. Yeah, I'm putting a vein in him, man. Like, it's true. It's damn true. Yeah, there. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, because, you know, he's like doughy, right? He's like dough. He's like a marshmallow. So I'm adding the the horrible things like veins and boils and pustules. Because he's going mad. Oh my god. Like that. Oh man, that face is just cunning, man. Oh boy, yeah. Oh man, is he sore? Oh, that is crazy. He's right out of his mind, man. Okay. Yeah. Foot bones. Foot bones. Yeah. Yeah, what was it? What character was it that I did the foot? Was it Kirby? Yeah, Kirby, I think. That I did with like literal white bones on the underside of his feet. You know, that's how zombified he was. Yeah, yeah. Who knows? I might even do that with this because it's already white. Yeah. There. Okay, so that one's good. Oh, this is the last one? Is this the last one? Yeah. Wow. Yeah, it is. Okay. So we're. Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have been. Okay, here we go. I should have been doing the initial wash on these, and I did not because I got carried away drawing them again. So I kind of thought you guys would dig that more than like seeing me doing washes, you know. But that's what I'll be doing now. Yeah, just gotta get some white paint to intermingle here with my gray. Oh yeah. Okay, good. Yeah. Keep it coming. Okay. All right. That's an old tube of white, but I want to get every molecule of white paint, just like I try to do with all my watercolors. The nice thing about that is, even if they're dried up or, you know, all crusty or whatever, or even the tube's dried, you can actually crack open the tube to get it the still good watercolor, dried up watercolor paint inside. You can still use it in any state, right? So that's what I find awesome about watercolor too. There's very little waste, you know. So yeah, and it dries quickly, right? It dries quickly. So this is a great gray. I like this gray. It's very neutral. It's a great place to start, and I'm gonna just do the entire character in gray. Now this gray underneath everything else, like color-wise and finishes and everything, adds depth, excuse me, and tone, you know, to your character if you're doing that. Because there's always little nuances in that gray, and it'll almost be undetectable underneath your other colors if you're going to add other colors. This character is white, so this gray is going to be the white. This gray is going to be the intensity of that white, because this character is now a zombie, so he's not as white anymore. He's more on the gray side. So I'm going to leave that gray. Normally I would put more colors on top, and I will, but like in other ones that you'll see, I put colors on top of the gray. And yeah, I'll be putting colors on top of this too, to make him look worn, maybe from out from the grave, or like incredibly angry because his face is like so crazy, and so maybe add some purple or something, like slight bits of purple or whatever, and brown and things like that to sort of dirty them up, make them look stale, you know. So things like that. So, and again, like, oh yeah, I gotta still pencil that. This guy too, yeah, totally. I think he's one color, so don't even have to worry about where the gray is gonna go. It's all, you know, you want to keep some parts, like, it kind of depends, but I think most of the time it's the entire character. One of the things you got to watch out for, though, is if you've made like a little lake inside the continent, so to speak, and like, you know, there's like a hole through the character. You got to make sure you don't paint over that, because, you know, you want to keep that part white, you know. So be careful. You got to be careful of that. See, like, there's little holes in the ears and stuff like that, and you don't want them to be filled with color of any kind. Really, you want to keep that white. So you got to watch for those little landmines. And then sometimes too, you know, you might want to keep the eyes a certain color, and maybe gray's not, you know, good for it. I don't know. Things of that nature. I've left eyes white before, and, you know, you can always use a whiteout or something to cover whatever you've made a mistake on in the eyes, so to speak. So it's not really that big of a deal if you gray it out, because you can always use other. And then plus you need a base to have a highlight, you know, too. So having that gray sort of base is always sort of wanted, even if it's white, you know. Oops. See? Went over there. I went over the overboard. Yeah. Yeah. I like this character. I think this character is like, I like the way it was. I like the way I zombified it. I like the way I zombified it. Yeah. He looks menacing. He looks menacing. So that menacing I just said, I was referencing a movie called American Movie. And guys, you've got to see this movie, man. Like, it is like an older movie now. I think it's in the 2000s though, anyway. But oh my goodness, man, one of the best documentary type, hilarious beyond comprehension movies I've kind of ever seen, man. Like, and it's an actual documentary. It's not like Spinal Tap. It's like an actual thing, but like, you know, with real people and everything. And like, there's so much WTF involved in it. Like, yeah, and like, there's so many elements to it that are awesome. And yeah, I highly recommend it, man. Yeah, I highly recommend it. If you don't laugh, you don't have a soul, man. You don't have a pulse. Yeah, it's yeah, it's so hilarious, man. It's like Fargo meets Spinal Tap, man. That's kind of what it is. Yeah. Okay, so here's a great example of what I was just rambling about. The fire is not going to have gray in it. Okay? So, no, you don't, like, you know, I'm saying, okay, well, you put the gray wash on everything first to give it that dingy, used look with dimension and you know, shadow and depth and blah, blah, blah. I already said depth probably, but anyway, but sometimes you don't do everything. And this is a case where you don't do everything. Like, you don't do the fire, or the you know, lava brightness fire, whatever, you know, is coming off his back and tail or hiney. Yeah, so you don't do that, like, or I don't do that. So if you want to do the kinds of, if you want to take my sort of, take my teachings, my drawing style, if you want to kind of do that kind of style, or you like the style I use and you want to kind of do that, here it is. This is how I do my stuff, man. And it's pretty straightforward, I think, right? It's not really that complicated. A lot of it is in the drawing and the inking, and yeah, like you want to draw the hell out of whatever you're doing, especially especially in a pop art kind of context, right? You want to give the folks their money's worth, and that's one of the things that I pride myself on so much, is just empathizing with the customer, with the fan, with the I hate calling people customers. That's so it feels so distant and weird. I'll just say fans, man. If somebody's getting a zombie portrait, man, that's a huge compliment, and I'm so honored to do that. So yeah, I'm gonna do my very, very best, and I'm always keeping that in mind, that to give the customer, in this case, my all, right, and give them their money's worth. So yeah, I always keep that in the back of my head. I think that's super important. So guys, yeah, get yourself a zombie portrait, and check out zombieportraits.com, and my Patreon, Zombie Daily, my Zombie Daily Patreon. Get yourself a zombie portrait. Get one as a gift. They are awesome gifts, man. Oh man, I've gotten so many cool thank yous, wonderful thank yous from people who are best gift ever and stuff, and man, that just knocks me right on my ass. When I hear that kind of stuff, I'm so pleased, I'm so happy, that they got, what they really wanted, and it was an awesome gift and stuff like that. Man, that means so much to me. I think you can tell. Yeah, it does. Anyway. Yeah, and you know what, guys, like the video. Please like the video. Subscribe to the channel. I had a couple more subscribers there, and I was like, oh yay, this might be the start of something great, and then I was like, okay, it just stopped. So yeah, guys, if you like the content, if you want to see more, if you want to even order a custom and watch me draw it in a live stream, man, that's an option too. I'd love to do that. That'd be great, and I'd like to do that for you if you wanted. Do your custom right in front of you, man. Does anyone do that? I don't know. Does anyone do that? That's crazy. I do the live stream of your custom being done. Yeah. How about that? How about that, man? Yeah. How about that for a feature? I like that. Yeah. Say you ordered something, say you wanted something like this, what I'm drawing right now. Yeah. I could do that in an evening, and that would be cool. That'd be cool. You know, I would more concentrate on this. Obviously, I do other stuff while like the pigments were drying. But yeah, I would basically do your your custom during the live stream. Does anyone do that? Does anyone do that? I'll do it. I'd love to do it for y'all. What do we got? What do we got here? What's going on? They're in the building. Yeah. Okay. No, all of it too, because even the white of the flower bloom is like I actually know the colors of this, like without even looking. I'm you know, like that's kind of the research that I remember. You know, everything else has to kind of be written down. You know, but yeah, I kind of draw enough of it. Like obviously, this was embellished more, but I try to draw everything as I eyeball it. You know, as well as I can. Yeah, like. Because I'm zombifying it also while I'm eyeballing it, right? So that's like part of the thing, and so it's kind of tough to do that, and it takes a little bit of time. Like, you know, I'm obviously super used to it by now, but it's just another component in you know the overall doing of these, you know. That's like step one, basically. You know, if you want to call finding the image, Googling the image and finding a good clear image of it online, step one, then yeah, that's step one then. And then, you know, drawing it, eyeballing it from the screen onto the page, and like lightly, you know, and carefully, and yeah, then bringing it down here, and you know, doing what you saw me do earlier, like sort of embellishing the pencils, like more fully penciling everything, basically, and then the wash, the gray wash. Then the colors, then like, you know, whatever layers of colors you're putting on top. Then the inks. Then the highlights and stuff. Yeah. So lots of components, I guess, but you know, oh yeah, no, this is another one I'm working on. Yeah, see, this is another one I'm working on. That's the last of the last batch, I guess you'd call it. Hate to call them batches. That kind of makes it seem cheap. We're gonna do it again. Excuse me. Woo. Oh. I'm just gonna check my YouTube. Okay. Boop. Yeah, excuse me, guys. So, yeah, doing the final sort of pencils on this guy, and this will be the last one to put gray washes on. Yeah. Yeah, I'm having so much fun with these. And you know what? I'm really having a good time doing the doing Cape Fear 2. I'll be doing more of that for you guys soon too. More comic book pages if you want to see me do that. Or if you have any suggestions or requests, or commissions, let me know. Love to do some original art for you and do it in a live stream for you too. If you wanted to do that, have that as an option. That'd be wonderful. Yeah, I'm down with that. I think that's a cool thing. And I don't know, like I said, I don't know if anyone else does that. There's gotta be, there's someone that does everything, right? And I'm sure I didn't come up with that just now. You know. But I wonder how many people do that. Because I'll take a stab at it. I think I'd enjoy doing that for you guys. You know, if you wanted me to do your custom as a live event, and you could watch it being created. Yeah, I think that would be a really cool thing. And so with this guy, because he's sort of like a crustacean mostly, so man, there's not a lot of room for detail. But I'm adding it anyway. I'm sort of implying that he's got teeth, underneath his shell that are trying to sort of get through. So that's adding to his sort of zombie-ish, characteristics, right? So yeah, and his eyes just kind of floating there, hung up by stringy tendons. Yeah. I wonder if okay. I'm gonna see if chat ends up on this. If anybody wants to ask a question or anything of that nature. But yeah. So adding more detail and zombie sort of characteristics to even a crustacean like this character here. You can do it, man. You can do it. Just add some more little gross things. Maybe the shell's cracked in areas, and I will actually do that. And, you're seeing all this stuff happen in real time, all the decisions I make artistically that are, soon to be written in stone. You're watching it happen kind of live, right? So... So for you guys just tuning in, I'm Rob Succhetto, and you are in my studio where I do non-stop zombies all the time. I invented the zombie portrait way back in 2006, and I've done over 10,000 zombie portraits so far, possibly more. And I run Zombie Daily, so everything that you see me draw here will end up on Zombie Daily. I post on there every day. New zombie art every day, and I've been doing that since 2008. If you can believe it. I know it's hard to believe because no one's that insane, but you just hit the jackpot, Tiger. Yeah, traditional art, traditional zombie art, traditional horror art, posted daily. There's nothing bad about that sentence, about that statement. All those words are good words. You got zombie, you got traditional art, you got daily. Oh, let me add pop culture in there too. So, doing zombies from all across pop culture. As of course I'm doing now with the massive Pokemon series, and they're all posted on my Patreon page, guys. And excuse me, zombie portraits. All right, so adding the gray wash. Adding the gray wash to this crustacean, and he's like, you know what? I don't even know what paper this is. This is, excuse me, I think, yes, I think this is acrylic paper from a pad, from an acrylic paint pad. Yeah, weird. I don't think I've used it before, or if I did, maybe I didn't know I was using it, but yeah, this seems weird to me. Yeah, because it's not watercolor paper, so I don't know how really anything's going to react on it. But I guess we'll find out. It's looking okay so far. There's nothing really catastrophic about the application of the pigment of the watercolor on the acrylic paint pad paper. Yeah, it looks okay. Well, I mean, you can't really, I don't know if you can really see that, but yeah, there's a gray wash for you. And yeah, see? Okay. Yeah, there we go. Okay. What else? What else are we gonna do? No, I'm not gonna. No, you know what? I will do him because I think. Oh no, you know what? He's still a little damp. They're all. Wow, they're all damp. Okay, you know what? It's actually super humid in where I am right now, and it's been raining kind of all day almost, like intermittent rain, and yeah, so the air is very thick right now, so yeah, and you know what? You can even tell this paper is curling. Yeah, like that. That's how it. You know, it's still nice and smooth and everything, but yeah. So here we go. I'm just kind of doing the outline or silhouette of the monument or statue or whatever in the sort of, I guess, graveyard, I want to say. Yeah. So just kind of doing, that's going to be silhouetted. Yeah, I think that's a cool, I've heard this thing, and artists, sort of comic book artists, say this thing, and I've heard, especially, I know of one artist that I definitely read that he said this. The more lines in a woman's face when you draw it, the older she looks. Which, sure, I could see that. But, I mean, I'm looking at this zombie pinup, and, I'm putting tons of lines in her face. But she still looks pretty or attractive or young or whatever, however you want to quantify or qualify, good looks, she still has that, young beauty, I feel anyway. And I could put tons more lines, but I put a lot of lines in the faces of the women I draw. And I remember one time someone was so almost offended that I drew the teeth in a woman's mouth because, oh no, it's supposed to be like just blank, a white blank, space in there. And I'm like, holy crap, really? So anyway, no, I love character, man. Like, I love character. And if that adds more character, then, great. Then mission accomplished, So, yeah. 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 So, I don't know if, long-time aficionados of the Zombie Pinup Divas will notice that they have recently been, have been not entirely nude. And that's kind of because I wanted to be able to post them for more people to see. And like a lot of, obviously, platforms, they detest the nipple. It's like the enemy. That is one thing it's hard for me to wrap my head around. But anyway, I guess it's only like taboo if you make it that way. Like that's kind of the, when you think about it, it's like, well, sure, because when it's not, nobody cares, right? Like if you don't try to hide it, nobody. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. It's just it's like that, man. And yeah, like that, like when that Janet Jackson thing happened, that's the first time I think wardrobe malfunction was coined a term. But yeah, like everyone lost their minds. That was like, you kind of sit there and go, how repressed a culture are you when that like destroyed people, cost money, like all of this crazy fallout for like, I don't even think her nipple was shown. Like I think it was like, it just, I don't know. I don't even know. I don't even care. It's just like so ridiculous to me. Like how people just lost it when that happened. Like the Super Bowl thing. Yeah, unreal, like unfathomable. Bibble. But yeah, man. We gotta live on this planet, man. We gotta live on this planet. So here's here's some more zombie pinup art, and like I said, I'm covering things up more so more people can sort of enjoy them, and see them. This I think would be an amazing card deck. Especially at that size. Like I'm doing them 8.5 by 11, and yeah, sure, they're not solid gold, man. Like they're not like always like super perfect and all the lines are erased and all that stuff. They still have a sketchy like feel to them, like even after they're finished. Not all of them, but some of them, and. So at the size of the card, it would almost tighten it up to the point where it's like super, super lush, details, right? So, yeah, I think they'd be great for cards. If you think they'd be great for cards, let me know in the comments below. And the thing is, too, I could come up with, I could do multiple decks because, like I said, hitting the 1100th one this Halloween. So yeah, 1100 of these, man. And so I could do multiple decks, all different, every card, so yeah, cool. I think a cool horror fan collectible and practical thing too. Deck of cards, man. but like with art like that's, super super tight. Yeah, I think. And did you guys know that I actually did a Bigfoot card deck too for Bicycle? It's true, it happened, man. Right after the and here's another weird little tidbit. So I did like the Bicycle cards. Emailed me up one day and asked me if I'd like to do a deck of zombie cards, and I was I was flattered. And you know what, man? You could say, "Oh, you know what? Like you gotta hide your I'm not hiding my joy and my enthusiasm and my just utter amazement of getting work like that and being asked to do that. I'm not really flipping and doing stuff when I'm talking to the people. But I'm not trying to play it cool either. I'm like, I'm honored and thankful for that you asked me to do this. It sounds great, blah blah blah, type of thing. So anyway, I would do that. I would do the zombie deck, and I would do the box for it. Like I did every single card was a zombie thing. It was called Everyday Zombie, so it was just zombies doing mundane things that we all do, which I thought was really cool. It's like we're the commentary is we're all zombies, man, because here we are doing the same things that these zombies are doing. So yeah, it was kind of a cool concept, and I was like, yeah, nice to add that kind of concept thing into it, and so did the box too, did the box cover, the slipcase rather, and all that. So they really liked it, and they asked me to do a Bigfoot deck next, and I did the. You can actually get a T-shirt of the card back that I did for the Bigfoot deck. I think I just did the face cards for that one, so I was 16 or something. Bigfootses, and Big Feets, and you know what? No, this is incorrect. That's not the tree. This is the tree. This is the branch. This is a smaller branch. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Gotta keep it gangster. Yeah. So. Yeah. So they got me to do the Bigfoot deck. Getting back to bicycles. So I was like, oh man, this is awesome. Again, I did the box, the slipcase thing, and everything. They were great to work with. They almost let me be art director for all of the stuff. I was just kind of going, riffing on my own thing. They would kind of just give me a sort of ballpark, of where they wanted to sort of go with it, or how they wanted to kind of see it, I guess. And then all the art was consistent, so anyway, yeah, I did the Bigfoot deck. I think it had a limited. I don't think it had a wide release for some reason. It didn't feel like. I think there was a changing of the guard, and I'll get to that in a second. But what happened was they then asked me to do, and this is crazy. How on earth am I getting this? They asked me to do a kaiju deck, but it's just the face cards though. But I'm still like, what? But the thing was, I had to do the kaiju were ones I had to make up, and I'm like, okay, cool. So they gave me parameters or they gave me sort of suggestions saying, okay, we'd like a blob one, just kind of the common ones that you would kind of recognize, I guess, right? So the Godzilla one, of course. A Rodan type of thing, a blob, and like an ape or a gorilla, giant gorilla, like those kinds of things. The you know, the tropes, right? So I did that. Like, I did it, and they paid me. And I'm like, oh, let me know when, you know, I always say, like, let me know when it, keep in touch, let me know when it comes out. Of course they do, right? You know, it's just sort of my swan song after the job is done. And so I'm like, I don't even hear from them anymore. And so I think there was a changing of the guard, because the contact that I had, I think, had changed. And I couldn't reach this guy, and they never, to my knowledge, ever printed the Kaiju deck. And that was it. Because I tried to contact them to get more of the zombie decks printed, you know, and I think maybe that might end up being what we do. Don't get me wrong, man. I love bicycle cards. They were great to me, and whatever happened, man. I hold no grudges, or I have no ill will or anything. I just haven't heard from them, you know. Because yeah, I would love to get the zombie deck, you know, reprinted, and so many people, and that's another thing too. So many people, you know, I don't come up with these ideas, man, to print more stuff. It's people that tell me all the time, do you have any, or when are you going to print any more of the zombie deck, and so on and so on and so forth, or oh, I had that deck, man, that thing was red hot, man, and I was really proud of it, because it was a huge job, and I'm pretty sure I was doing that when I got the Walking Dead email. Yeah, I got an email from the Walking Dead show, and I ended up working for them. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Like, what? You know, don't get too big on me. Don't get too big. Oh, look at that! I've got paint on my finger already. Yeah, that was me trying to pry open that white tube. Yeah, so here we go, guys. This is how much I'm embellishing it. Again, like, I just eyeball it from the screen. I've got a, you know what? Basically, this is this. I use photos as studies, like you would do in life drawing class or whatever, and then I basically, you know, draw the model or the character or whatever, and then I you know, bring it downstairs to my studio down here, and I embellish them. Like I flesh out the pencils more, things of that nature. So yeah, this is, you know, the process, and the process for this is basically flesh it out, then start inking it. You know where your blacks are. You know, things of that nature. So, yeah, man. Just gonna check as I pull the trigger on my 9. Oh, hey! Oh, hey, Beth. See, now, you know what? It's a good thing I checked, because this does not show that I have chat, people like chatting. I can't see the chat here, so I have to go to my actual YouTube, and yeah, now I can see. So I have to look way down, you know, to see who's chatting with me. I you know what? I just have to raise the computer up. I just have to raise the screen up. So sorry, guys, if I don't get to you right away. You know, because I'm not looking at the screen the whole time. I'm drawing. Wouldn't you much rather see that? So, again, somebody said that these were male members, And somebody said like these grave marker things are male members, and I'm like, no, they're not. Like some of them are salt shakers. Like this looks like a salt shaker, man. Like I could put more of these holes in there, and that would look like a salt shaker, totally. But that's what these things are. They're not they're not supposed to be dicks or anything. Yeah. Unless that's what you want to see. It's not it's not intentional. But if you want to see that, you can be my guest. It's all good. See what you want to see. Yeah, so this is going to end up being a lot of foliage to sort of cap it off. I'm going to put some foliage in there, and this area will be in the shadows, just as this is, possibly that, all of this. Yeah, so, this is going to be the shadows. I'm going to put some foliage in there. The same kind of thing that I've been doing, but, of course, every one of these is different, right? And here's the thing, like even finding poses that are like of a certain type is hard. Like, you don't want to skew too much in either direction when you're kind of doing like poses for like not all poses are good for pinup zombie things, right? So, yeah, like even finding that is sometimes, I've got tons of reference now. I kind of save images, right, in files to use for, future drawings, of course, right? So, yeah, I do that. I just put it back on my other thing. There. Yeah, so, I do that, and it is very much like life drawing, except it's I'm adding zombie elements to the model, Yeah, and if you want to see the finished product, if you want to see the finished drawing, check out my Patreon. I will leave the link in the description below and underneath, and you can check out all the art there and on my Zombie Portraits site. And I would love to do a zombie portrait for you guys. So yeah, please get one ordered right away. They are the same price. As they were back in 2006. Not forever, but for now. So guys, honestly, get a zombie portrait, man. It makes a great gift. It is a great gift to yourself if you're a horror fan. If you like traditional art, if you like zombie art, horror art. Yeah, man, it fills in all the boxes, man. So, original art by an actual human. There, lovely. Yeah. Oh man, I wanted to do that hand so bad. Yeah, I love that. Okay, so, yeah, just getting in there and adding all the little sort of penciled in details. You know what? I've got a template for this. I don't want the circles to be too off. Like some things are okay. Like for Pokemon, having circles that are off is okay because they're sort of mushy or squishy. But you don't want that for a gravestone or a marker or whatever we're talking about here. Grave marker, stone, monument. There. Emolument. Oh, you know what? Unless it is kind of like oddly shaped. Yeah, I see. Yeah, see. You hear me? Yeah, so I'm basically just ad-libbing as I go here. And you know what? Is all of that going to stay in? Who knows? Like, I don't know if that's going to stay in like that. I might change it. Who knows? Nobody knows what I'm going to do. Nobody knows what I'm going to do. Put the gun down. There. Yeah, so more trees. I might make these birch trees. I don't know. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Or maybe I'll just have them as black silhouettes in the background. We'll see. We'll see. But wanted to get again, like I had a model photo and use that as reference. And as like I would a life drawing, or like anyone would a life drawing, I guess, you know. And added the zombie sort of characteristics, you know, especially in the face and neck and chest, arms. Like the limbs are always a great place to, you know, identify and show zombie or rotting or skeletal sort of parts. The back is always great because of the spine. You can always show the spine, you know, a great zombie identifier. You know, you want to use those kinds of identifiers in your art, no matter what you're doing. You know, if you're a paleo artist, I'm sure you're trying to get the texture of the dinosaur's outer skin, right. So yeah, that takes a lot of you know, sort of work too. But you want that sort of more authentic feel, right? Yeah, I think just straight down. Yeah, I think just straight down. Flared out. Yeah, flared out, straight down, I think. Yeah. Making things up as you go along, you know, straight. Yeah, there. That's like the Stanley Cup. Stanley Cup. Yeah. 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 Got an itch in my ear. It's the humidity. Yeah. It's the humidity. Sorry, guys. If you even care about any of that grooming. All right, there. All right, so maybe the Pokemons are dry, and I can add color to some of them. You know what? Still damp, but you know what? It's okay. I'm gonna add color to it anyway. Purplish pink, whatever the hell that is. Literally everywhere I went said it was the same. Like said the same color. Black collar and armband or wristbands. Yeah. Okay. So purplish pink. Whatever. I don't know what. I'm just gonna make something bright. Yeah, because that there we go, and I get some more. Ooh, oh no, I dropped a bit of white. Oh well. Okay, I'll get it later. Oh no again. And I'll just put that in there. Okay, that was explosive. All right, I got some on my finger there, so I'm going to use it. Good. I think this is too intense. Yeah, maybe. What? Oh, there was a chunk of white in there. Oh, that's what that was. It's like a roadblock. Wow. Okay. I'll just leave it. That's okay. You know what? The kind of nice thing too about this process is, even if you kind of make not a mistake, but if there's a blemish on the art, like this piece of white here, like I've removed it now, but there's been times where there's like a little, I don't know, something gets caught under the paint, and you kind of just use that as a like some sort of, you know, pock mark or I don't know, just like weird hole, like a maggot hole or something. Yeah, and it actually looks better because it's more three-dimensional. Yeah, because it's an actual piece of something under the paint, you know. And like theoretically you could go, oh, okay, well you could do that with acrylics, but then like, you know, you have to draw on top of that, right? And you know, that's not really the best thing to do. You have to let your acrylic paint do the talking, right? So, and you know, more times out of not, right? There's no pen involved in acrylic painting, you know, at any stage. But I've actually done that where I've used acrylic paint to, but it's been on a statue though, or like a mannequin, or like styrofoam head, or whatever, or porcelain head. And I sort of just, you know, and I could show you, like, I don't know if, you know what? No, I won't show you now. It's a bit in the corner. If I move the camera too much, it might break. The camera's gonna break! Don't break the camera. Yeah, but like, I'll paint something in acrylics, and then I'll actually use Sharpie on top of it to create the lines in like super detail, and then use like a spray coat, and you get some pretty cool things, man. You get some pretty cool, you know, and I love doing it. Like I kind of love doing that too. It's a lot of work, but man, is it ever striking, you know? So yeah, using bloody Sharpie on top of acrylic paint. Oh, if my art teachers could only see me now. I remember literally in college, I had one of my art teachers told me not to use, literally like everything I do. She said, like, those mediums don't work together. I'll never forget that. That was the craziest thing. That was the craziest thing I'd ever heard. Like, those mediums don't work together. Everything works together, man. Like, nothing doesn't not work together. You can do anything and make it work and get something out of it, you know? Like, a weird effect, or the reason why it doesn't work is because it does that, but then you go with whatever that is, whatever that result is, right? So nothing's off limits in art, man. It's all discovery and, you know, creating images and stuff, and, you know, experimentation, and like so much alchemy, man. Like there's so many components to it, right? So yeah. That's the wonder of it. Like that's what I find is so great about it too, you know. It's never the same thing twice, ever, you know. I can do this character like a million times, it'll never look the same. You know. So I kind of dig that, just that broad concept in itself, you know. You know what? This flower character, you know what? I can actually go a little pinker and use the pink right in there. And be careful not to do it on the white. But yeah, adding color, guys. So you're watching me do basically the Pokemon from the ground up, and kind of just like that Venom thing. Well, actually, the Venom thing I did like literally from ground up, like from roughs to paint to inks to everything. So yeah, if you want to watch that video, it's on the live portion of my YouTube channel. Of which there's other cool stuff on the YouTube channel too, so check that out, guys. There's some movie reviews, Lego builds, con reviews, like convention reviews. Yeah, lots of great fun content on there. I think I even did some comic book reviews too for a bit. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think I did do those. So yeah, check it out. Check it out if you want to be entertained. If you want some entertainments. So yeah, there we go. And I'm going to add some more gray in there to dampen the festivities of that pink. Because it's zombie. You got to keep it zombie. Yeah. And then some brown. Yeah, and the brown's going to kind of go everywhere, even on the white part, and even if there's some other colors in it, because get some dirtiness. It's all about that. Like, it's all about that when you're doing the zombie thing, right? Like, you want your character to have that sort of character to it, like that color character, right? Browns and grays and colors of that nature, earth tones, That's the area you want to be in, I think, for zombies. Like, that's the area that I kind of stay in for the zombie art, the earth tones and stuff like that. Like, check this guy out, man. He's having a bad day. That face just kills me every time I see it, man. Yeah. That is funny. This guy's white. This guy's white, right? What did I just do there? Oh yeah, yellow. Oh yeah, yellow. Okay, yeah, right. The teeth. No, nothing yellow on him. Actually, this guy... Yeah, so, guys, here's this. I just wanted to point this out to you, okay? I get some of my art supplies at the dollar store, man. I do. Like, who doesn't, right? But, I'm considered a professional, and, I'm still getting my art supplies at dollar store, stationery store, stuff like that, because that's what I use, So there's nothing really crazy about that. But to show you how much I use of everything I buy, I either recycle any offcuts that I can't draw on, and I'll actually draw on the back of the covers. I use the hard back of the pad for to ship customs and zombie portraits. So everything I use has a use. Even the pens, I recycle the pens, everything. So I try to live as clean, like as an artist, as I possibly can. So a lot of art that I've done was inspired by the fact that I had offcuts that I would otherwise recycle, but instead like created weird like skinny art and stuff with. And the Heads of the Living Dead, that whole thing came from basically me having all these weird offcuts and just starting to do those heads and do. So I'm at like over 1,500 of those, like 1,500 heads of the Living Dead, all different. Again, like that came from using all the offcuts, man. So anyway, I just wanted to point that out. And when I say like your funding of your help in funding Zombie Daily goes to art and art supplies rather. I mean it. Like, and I do use every little scrap of everything. So yeah, I just wanted everyone to kind of know that. Because I think it's important, I think it is. I think it's important that people kind of know, like, your kind of responsibilities. I feel sometimes, I think it is, good to just leave as little behind as you can, not in the grand scheme of everything, like, it's not going to matter, but sort of bring things down a little bit, but no, like, you don't want to leave any garbage behind. You don't want to leave any waste. You want to leave as little waste as possible behind, but as much good stuff as possible behind as well. Yeah. So. So that's why we do these Pokemons. Yeah. I love these little kaiju guys. It's true. Does anyone else, like, I'm obviously not the only one who sees them that way, but like, is that a thing? Is that a thing that's widely sort of like discussed, that they're like little kaiju? Are they ever called that? Are Pokemon ever called that? Or referred to as kaiju? Widely? Or is it sort of like, is there a bit of a, like, understanding that that's what they are, of course? I don't know. Because, yeah, that's what they are, and I love it, and that's why I love doing them. And that's why I love doing, the sort of Godzilla side, the Godzilla side of kaiju too, the Godzilla monsters. Yeah, which ones have I not done yet? I don't know. Maybe Mothra? Maybe Mothra? No, maybe Mothra I haven't done. But yeah, I think everyone. No, that's not true. No, I'm missing quite a few. I'm missing Batra, that spider one. Oh no, I'm missing a ton. Yeah, I'm missing a ton. I should get back to doing straight up zombie kaiju, man. Yeah, I need to add some to the series, because I was doing them for a while. I was doing like deluxe foes. So it was like a zombie, like a ghost zombie Godzilla, and like these other space Godzilla, zombie, and what else? I can't remember who else. Hedorah, I think. Hedorah. Yeah. Yeah, so a few. I did a few, and they were like deluxe versions, so they were done huge, super detailed, painted, and all that stuff. Yeah, so if you want to check those out on my Patreon, just put kaiju, type kaiju into the space bar, and you'll be feasting your eyes on some crazy kaiju there, man. So yeah, and I love doing those, man. I love doing those. But I don't know why I stopped doing that series for some reason. But I have to get back to doing it because, there's a lot of classic kaiju that I haven't done. I'm starting to realize. Yeah. Like that. You know what I think killed me was the lobster one. Like, he's just a lobster, really. He's just a giant lobster. So it's not like. I don't know. It's not like I'm drawing anything kaiju like other than the size of it, So yeah, it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird that I would do that character. I don't know. And I'm sure, like, you know, if somebody said, well, then if you're doing that, you have to do the squid or the octopus from, you know, Godzilla versus King Kong, because, you know, he's a kaiju as well, right? And it's like, okay, well, but he's just a giant octopus, so I'll just do that then, I guess. And the spider one, what is he, Spiga? Or something? Yeah, the spider one, he has some like distinguishing characteristics. It looks like a giant daddy long legs, but with sort of different colors and stuff. But yeah, that spider one, you know, that would be good to do too. I think I need to do a new deluxe Gamera. Gamera, sorry. Gamera. Those early ones were awful though, man. They were like, they made Godzilla look like Avatar, man. Yeah. They made the early Godzilla movies look like Avatar movies for sure, man. Like, some of them were just awful. Like, you could tell, like, bloody Gamera was like a toy in some of the things. And yeah, man, they pulled that crap in King Kong versus Godzilla too, but that was rare. They didn't use toys like as the characters, you know. But man, they did that in Gamera a lot, man. That was pretty bad. Pretty bad. Okay, so the brightest color first, and that's going to end up having to be brown, light brown for this guy, for this owl dude. You know what I wanted to do also, hey, this is how much I love you guys. I wanted to do a really, like, an array of a lot of different, see here I am calling them kaiju. I wanted to do a lot of different Pokemon, so that's why a bat, that weird crazy guy, that egg guy, the crustacean, the sort of brontosaurus with the leaf, the dog, the salamander with the fire, and then the owl. Like, they're all super different, you know. So I kind of wanted to do those Pokemon, especially. But yeah, so I wanted to do those guys, because they were kind of diverse, right? So yeah, you know, and that's part, like, you know what, that even helps me too, because that part of it is like just doing different, characters, right? And keeping it sort of like fun and different all the time and exciting, you know. Yeah. So yeah, I think the around his eye is beige. Beige. Oh, cream colored. Yeah. Light brown head, body, dark brown chest, chest triangles, wings, tail, black around eyes, then cream. Yes, that's right. So it is cream. Cream or beige. I like how they kind of interchange a lot of the colors, which makes a colorblind guy even more confused, man. I had to look up like what I don't know what color, what I can't even remember what color it was now, but I had to look it up. Like, what is that? Like, what does it consist of? Because I don't know what that is. It looks probably gray to me, you know, or brown or something. I don't know. When you're colorblind and you have these weirdo colors that that are like, you know, totally created, then it gets kind of dicey. And that's what, like, you know what, a lot of the anime stuff is like is very much like that. It's very hard for me to decipher, because there's so many different kinds of colors, you know. Not that it's confusing or their color design's not good or anything like that. Far from it. But it's like, for a colorblind guy, it's kind of confusing, you know, because there's like very muted, but like they're all vibrant colors rather, but they're made like up almost. I don't know how to explain that really. That's a bad explanation of what I was trying to say. But you know what I'm saying, I hope. How could we? No one knows what you're saying. There, cream enough for you. Yeah. There's some kerm. Are the horns cream too? No. Cream colored horns, feet. No, wait a minute. Oh yeah. Oh, they are. Oh yeah, and feet. Okay, all right. So good. So yeah, good. So cream colored horns, and I like the fact that you know what they describe the feathers or the horns as feathered horns, like almost like they're so compacted, they're solid. You know, they're not feathers anymore. They're almost like compacted into a solid shape. Maybe I don't know. That's what they kind of feel like in the original drawing. It kind of felt like that to me. So I think I might sort of lean into that a little bit when I ink the horns. Yeah, I kind of thought it was more like horns. You know? There. Yeah, getting some colors down. This is how I do it, guys. This is Can you be copyright stricken if you sing the song? I guess you could, right? Yeah, I never really think about those things, but well, no, that's not true. I do think about those things. I just did. You just did, you dummy. So that's blue. It's funny how they didn't mention that in the. I don't remember them talking about what this thing is. Ow! Oh, damn you! Okay, sorry guys, I kind of hit the camera there. That's how close the camera is. I think. Can you see it? It's like right in my face here. But I'm fine. Like it's far enough that it's not impeding me. I just, I want you to be able to see what I'm doing, right? So, yeah. This is a little more blue. That crustacean guy is all sort of blue-gray, right? Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to do him now. Because why not? I almost could have finished him off from the get-go, but that's fine. Oh no, I got some white on my hands. I'm gonna literally just wipe it here. Yeah. White watercolor, not good on the hands. I can actually use it. Yeah, I like that. Dark, blue-ish, gray. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe the inside of the eyes will be maybe a bit different. Yeah, kind of. No, you know what? I am going to put them as bluish gray. But then I'm going to affect them a little bit of brown and red later. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so all the art that you guys see me do here on the live stream, will end up on my Patreon page. I will leave the description. I'll leave the link in the description, rather, below. And you can check that out. You can check all the new art out on my Zombie Portraits page as well. If you want to stop by and get yourself a zombie portrait, I will be honored to do that for you. Become part of the horde, man. Become part of the over 10,000 people worldwide who have gotten a zombie portrait so far. So, yeah. It makes a great gift. It is an awesome thing for a horror fan. I've done so many weddings and pet portraits. It's awesome. I love it. And waiting to do yours next. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel so I can do more content, guys. Yeah, more content. You can see all the crazy things that I do. What are we doing? Green, blue, head, wing, membranes, purple. Okay, so you know what I'm going to do? I think I'm going to just do him all in the blue. What? What is it? Membrane. Green, blue. Okay, that's weird. Okay. Green, blue. I think it's more on the blue side. Yeah. Forgive my arm. I think it's more on the blue side. I'm adding green, but my heart's not in it. Yeah, I think there's way more blue in that than anything else. I'm gonna add some black and water it up a bit. I don't want it to be too dark. I want to be able to see my lines. Oh, you know what? That's brown. That's brown, you fool. Gotta get that gray. Oh, sorry. Gotta get that gray in there. Look at that. Look at that wicked focus. Hey, that's awesome. Sorry, I gotta get some green in there. Yeah. But not too much. And then what? What is it? Everything's okay. So you know what? I'm going to do as least purple as possible and as most blue-gray as possible. But if I have to chance over the purple parts with the blue-gray, I will. Yeah. That's where I'm at with this. Yeah, because the purple will definitely be able to go over the blue-green in areas. And overpower it. So, yeah, I'm not worried about, stepping over the line with the gray-blue. Yeah, if it gets into the parts that are purple, it's not a big deal. But I am going to be cautious, despite that. Be a little cautious, I know that, yeah, that chest area thing. Yeah, see, I just went over a little bit, but that's fine. Like, it's not tragic at all. The purple will go over that and overpower it if I step over the line a little bit. But yeah, and you know what the gray does too? The gray is, because you're kind of doing almost like a paint by number, so to speak, with this. Like, you're coloring it. Like, there's definitely painterly effects that happen, but for the most part, for these characters, so to speak, you're doing almost paint by numbers, right? Like, you're kind of like just filling in areas. Of course, with the watercolor, you're letting a lot of cool like designs and watercolor effects occur. But yeah, it's pretty much like that coloring book type thing. Ears, wings, right, arms. Right. Head too. Okay. Head as well, and ears. Oh, purple ears. Oh. Okay. So, oh, this. Wait a minute. Purple ears, wing. Okay, green, blue head. Yeah. Okay. So I guess it curses. Oh yeah, no, it's the whole. It's this. It's the whole head, right? Yeah. Yes, because those ear things only go to the snout. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. No, I had to do some rememberings there because I didn't. I think my pencils were maybe too vague there, so I had to figure out what where the blue green stopped. And you know what? That's not an area that you want to sort of have to cover up with another color because it's small enough as it is. So it's kind of like, you want that clarity in those little areas, right? So anyway, yeah, I had to like figure out where the purple was going. And actually, I still don't even know if it's in his ears. Is it inside the ears? No, it's just the whole ear is purple. Okay. Yes, that's right, because I added the bat ear thing. Yes, as a zombie characteristic thing. Mutated thing. Yeah, and I'm actually doing that with the tail, doing a little dry brush. Doing a little dry brush with the tail, or whatever that other wing thing is in perspective. Yeah, at the end. This one's, that one's sort of, I like that. Okay, great, good. All right, so that one's got its first color on. And what else? What else do we have? Oh yeah, this one is actually all green. And you know what, too? All of these are almost all different colors as well. So, yeah, I really wanted to give you guys the variety, right? A lot of variety in the drawings too. So you're not kind of like just watching me draw one thing the whole time, So pale green reptilian body, right. Okay, so let's go in here and add some paleness, and there's the smudgeness. So I'm creating a pale green right now out of white, yellow, blue, black, white, yellow, blue, black, and I think a little bit of actual green from the tub or tube. Yeah. So pale green. And I think the what do you call it, claws or whatever are white. So yeah, tail's all chewed up. That's probably how he turned into a zombie, from maybe a bite. He was too slow. Not sure. I'm not sure what the speed of this Pokemon is, but I'm guessing it's kind of based on a like Brontosaurus or whatever dinosaur. But like I said, man, they're all kaiju. They're all kaiju. Let's see if anyone nope. Okay. Yeah, I have to check my. I have to check the conversations on another page, so that's why I was checking to see if anyone like commented or had a question or anything like that, because I've been missing those the last few times, man, because for reasons anyway. I'm not gonna get into that again, but so you're watching the process of me doing Pokemon from the ground up as zombies, and having a great time doing it. Right from finishing the pencils to applying the color washes, paint, things of that nature, and then all the finishing touches as well as we continue. So I'm giving you a little, I don't know, I guess a course or tutorial on how to do this stuff. I guess by default, that's kind of what I'm doing. So give me money. No. So, no, but on the other hand, if you'd like to support my Zombie Daily page, where all of this art ends up, your proceeds and funding goes to getting me more art supplies so I can create some more work and continue Zombie Daily into when I'm till when I'm 90. And I would appreciate that. If you have the ways and means, I would love to have your support, of course. That would mean the world to me. So if you want to go to my Patreon, I will leave the link in the description below. It is in the description below of all my videos, I think. Yeah, pretty sure. And especially the ones I've done, the live streams I've done recently. So if you want to check out my Patreon page, like I said, it is where all of this art ends up, and your support goes to getting me art supplies so I can expand, do more. More creations. All of that nice stuff, man. All of that stuff. Oops, you know what? I went over the line there. But that blue-gray will actually cover that. Check out my Zombie my Zombie Portraits page, rather. Again, that's where all the brand new art shows up as well. If you want to check that page out, and then get yourself a zombie portrait, of course, right after. Zombie portraits make an amazing gift. They're a fantastic gift for a horror fan. Like, for horror fans, man, if you have a hard time buying, getting a gift, buying a gift, finding a gift, whatever, for a horror, that gothy quiet kid, that loves horror movies and stuff like that, or really anybody, man. It's so weird because looking at the zombie portraits I've done over the years, it's such a wide audience, such a totally super diverse array of people. And families and all of that stuff. So it's really crazy. I could say, well, these people, get zombie portraits, or that's a gift for these types of people. But really, everyone sort of just digs them, and they're kind of just a great thing to even have because of the fact that they're an original piece of art, and you can actually feel and see what that looks like. Because try finding that on Earth now in your normal daily life. It's very difficult, right? Everything's computer. Everything's computer, man. But yes. So we're going to add some dark brown to the proceedings. For this guy. And the triangle. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna start that there, and do the triangle. While I'm doing that. So there we go with that. And the triangle part is done there already, and we're going left to right and adding the dark of that triangle too. I think I'm going to add more detail to these triangles, make them look more kind of like feathery, like messy, feathery, because it's zombie. And you're doing the zombie version. We're doing the zombie version of many, 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 many Pokemon. Many. Tons. Yeah, it's the zombie Pokemon factory, man. Oh, I did quite a bit on those zombie pinups too earlier. So if you want to check those out after, if you've just tuned in, you can actually see me, kind of finish penciling on a couple of zombie pinups that are coming up too. Those I hope to hit the with those I hope to hit the 1100th milestone by Halloween. So 100 a year is what I try to do in the pinup for the pinups. That's the goal. That's the goal for the pinup zombies is 100 a year. So I hit the 1,000th one last year, and this year it's going to be the 1100th zombie pinup. So I love that series. I really love that series because it adds another dimension to all of the zombie art that you see on Zombie Daily and Zombie Portraits. It's completely different from everything else, and I really love it. And I've been doing it. I've been going in on doing it for like a decade or more. So yeah, that's why over 1,000. So yeah, and for this character, I just wanted to add some more brown to mess him up a little bit. Add more color texture, so to speak. So there's that. I'm now going to add the purple, the dark purple, to this bat character that we have. And maybe I'll make the purple up here. A little bit more blue. A little bit more, red, pink? Yeah. I think that blue's dry enough. Blue green. Yeah. You know what? I might make the inside of the ears a little lighter, because I actually added that whole section to his ear because I thought it would look cooler, and it does. I think it looks like more of a bat. Like bats, man. I don't know if you ever see like a lot of the bats. Like I don't know. I like doing a lot of nature research and like just looking at just watching nature videos and like checking out like nature news and stuff like that. And like I've seen a lot of different types of bats, and man, some of them are like almost unrecognizable as a bat or anything for that matter. Like they look so gross, They just look fleshy and weird and repulsive, but like they're really cool too, obviously, right? Yeah, so. But I didn't want to go too far. Like I don't want to go too far with these characters. I want to zombify them, and that's it. Like that's the whole thing. I theoretically could go crazy with any one of these types of characters, these Pokemon characters, and really like do them in a completely different style, and like zombified differently, like have bone and all kinds of flesh areas and like all kinds of crazy stuff like that, to the point where you would probably not be able to recognize the character, and that's what I don't want to do. I want to straight up zombify it, and then like that's it, and kind of this one style that fits, that's not too crazy, that sort of represents the character and the character is easily identified. Like, when people go, oh, that's that character, then I know I've done my job. It's kind of like when I do caricatures. When I do caricatures, I try to do like zombie caricatures. I try to do make the person really look like the person. Where I find like some caricature artists don't kind of do that, and I'm like, wow, that's weird that you would not make it look like the person it's supposed to look like. But I think that's accepted, though. I don't know, like, it's just like such an exaggeration that it's like, I don't know, not them anymore. But yeah, that's what really worried me about doing caricatures when I first started doing that. Like, I put that off forever, and I had offers to do live caricature, drawings. And I was kind of I was scared. I really was. I'd never done that. I'd never done like live drawing like that before. Like, I'd always drawn at conventions, right? Because you want people to know that the stuff that you have at your booth or table or whatever is your stuff, and you want to be able to. Plus, man, you get work done. You get work done. You create content. You get drawings done when you're at a convention. If you're like a vendor or an artist or whatever, you kind of do work there. Show the people your skills, man. So yeah, I'd always done that, but I'd never done like live caricatures. So I was deathly afraid of doing that, because I'm like, what if I suck? And by that I meant, like, what if I can't make the person look like the person they're supposed to look like? And that was really bothering me, Like, that was the most important thing. So yeah. But when it started happening, I was like, holy crap! Like, that person just identified who that was, because they had all the caricatures at this one event of the staff on the wall as I would do them, and people would come in and go, oh, that's so and so, and that's so, and I'm like, holy crap! I can't believe that. That is awesome. Thank goodness, because I had no idea, if they were good or not, and yeah, they're still hard. They're still hard to do. Like, for me, I don't just waltz in there and start, riffing on doing caricatures, man. I still consider them a challenge, big time, So when I do caricature events, which is rare, I don't really do a lot of caricature live events, because yeah, they're unpredictable, they're hard, they're like and of course you totally need like the right lighting and atmosphere and all that stuff. Like you can't do that at a nightclub or anything. You can't see anything, right? So, and there's times where you can't kind of do it, right? So you need really good conditions to almost do that. Pink flower, the yellow, the blue, and what? Okay. So, but I think the antennae or A are yellow. I think. If not, I will fix it. Fix it. No, that's way too much. Way too much. There. Much better. Oh yeah, these guys inside are yellow. They have yellow inside the flower parts. Yeah. So there we go, folks. Getting some Pokemon zombies done. Well, I doubt I'll have any done tonight. But I got a good start on a lot of them. Yeah. Like a really good start. Got them all fully penciled. I think I got all of them like to the paint, like to the final stages of paint, of washes rather. So I got that going for me. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do something with the color of that inner ear. Hey, Bert. Yeah, something else, something much more else. Still too dark. Why do I have an itchy nose? It's like allergies or something. Maybe I have like a beard hair. Beard hair. Hey, beard hair. There. Yeah, I think they're... Oh, yeah, this guy, blue-green top O head and patch. Yes. There we go. Gonna check my 9 here. Okay. So, guys, I'm gonna probably wrap it up very soon. I think I've done quite a bit for tonight. Yeah, like I might even get these done tomorrow, guys. So maybe you wanna tune in. You wanna tune in. It'd be a shame if something happened, to you. Yeah, check it out. I will probably be, finishing these guys tomorrow. And I think a new feature on my Patreon will be actually doing a custom for you live in a live stream with a certain tier of support on my Patreon. I think that would make a fantastic perk for anyone interested in art. That is not blue-green, man. Even I can tell that. What is that? I don't know what that is. But I gotta take it out of there. Yeah, if you master your paint, you'll be able to take it out of there. Yeah. Well, it's just pulling it off with your pulling the pigment off while it's still wet with your brush or with paper towel. And you see all that coming off there? Yeah, it's almost white again. Yeah, I messed up the color there. That was weird. That was weird. Okay. I don't know what I dipped into. I don't know what I was dipping into, but I gotta let that dry because if I use paint on it now, it's going to bleed too much and it's not going to be solid enough. So I'm going to use, you know what? I'm going to just turn this into a gray, I think. Yeah, I don't even know what it was. I don't even know what it was, but I'm going to turn it into a gray. I'm going to overpower it with black and white and blue. There. Yeah, so I'm going to turn, I just turned whatever that color I made into a gray. I think it was either cream or green. Yeah, that's how colorblind I am, guys. I don't know if it was cream or green. I think it was cream. I think it was. No, maybe it was cream. That's a handicap for sure. Sometimes, being colorblind. Yeah, it's not always fun. Yeah, you know what? Screw it. I'm just going to do the whole inner eye that color, or I mean that shade of gray, and yeah, there. And then I'll add things to it later. You know what? I'm gonna add stuff to that yellow there, make it a little dullard. Make it a little dullard. Yeah, there's, okay, so this, no, I think that's still, is it, yeah, I'm almost, like, man, I'm ready to ink. I'm ready to ink. How about that? Like 7 new Pokemon, zombie Pokemon, penciled, colored, or all the washes, with all the washes on them, and yeah, ready to ink all in one evening. That's great. Yeah, I'm kind of beside myself with that. I was like, oh, that's quite a bit, you know. And then plus we did the Zombie Pinups too. I think we embellished those too. Got them penciled in. I think both of them. We did. Yeah, well, this one could use more. I think. This one could use more embellishment. But yeah, you know, it's mostly going to be foliage, like maybe some vines. The Vine of Virgo. Vine of Vineus. Hercules. Herc. Yeah, there. Yeah. So, different types of leaves. You know, those things go. Those things are kind of going in, and then you know, yeah, just tightening it up a little bit. Putting more shades and values to that bring out areas better. Things of that nature, you know. Yeah. And I want to show you guys some more Cape Fear comic stuff, man. I'm gonna do a couple more. Well, I'm gonna do a lot more actually. I think live streams of me doing comics, because it seems like people are interested in that. So. You know, I'm here to kind of help, guys. If you have any questions about art, or like, you know, just general industry stuff, or you know, convention stuff, you know, if you're an artist at a convention or something like that, yeah, if you have any questions, just ask, and you know, if I could answer your questions, I'd be more than happy to do that. Because I've been an artist for, oh boy, almost my entire life, man. And I've been a professional artist almost all my entire life. You know, so yeah, I have a lot of knowledge under the hood. So if you need questions answered, or if you need some advice or whatever. Yeah, I'm more than happy to help, you know. So yeah, there's some more. We got some more zombie pinup stuff going on too, which is great. Got to hit that 1100th pinup by Halloween of this year. Yeah, man, 100 a year, new milestone every year. I think that's kind of cool. I think that's kind of you know, where I'm at with that. along with doing all the other stuff, of course. And if you want to see all the other stuff, of course, check out my Patreon page. I will leave the description, or I will leave the link in the description I'll get that right. I'll get that right. Or I won't, you know. I'll leave that link in the description below the video. You can check that out. It's where all the art goes. That's where all the art goes. That's where all this art goes that I'm doing. That and zombie portraits. So yeah, check those pages out. Check those sites out, guys. If you want some zombie art, like, you know, like explosions in your mind, yeah, check those pages out. You know, so much art, so much traditional horror and zombie art on those pages, man. Yeah. I hope you guys are digging the live stream. It took a long time to get here, man, but finally here and enjoying it. I love being able to do this stuff for you guys at long last. So many people have been asking me over the years when I'm going to do this, and I'm like, oh man, I'm working on it. But with the help of the fine folks at CreatureCon, who are helping sponsor different aspects of the things that I do, they you know, were able to facilitate the proceedings that you see in front of you right now. This is the stuff that I do, and it's all coming to you live as I do it, and later as a recording. So check out the recording if you want to see. You know, if you want to see, oh, what did he do to do that again? You know, check it out, and you know, enjoy that too. If you're an artist and you want to kind of do the kind of stuff that I do in the way that I do it, yeah, please feel free to check out the videos, and you know, it could be a starting. It could be a starting place for you. That's what I'm going to call it. That's what I'm going to call it. You know, I encourage everyone to sort of find their voice, man. I think I have found mine finally after many years and of, you know, self-doubt, and everyone's got that, man. Everyone's got that. Like, you know, I knew I was a serviceable artist, a viable artist, and, you know, a lot of that was just in being professional about everything and like hitting deadlines. If you can't hit deadlines, you know, in this type of thing, then it's like you can't function, right? You're letting people down. It's not good. So, you know, that was one thing that I really, you know, wanted to you know, be good at, and in doing that, it forces you to draw faster in some cases, right, and draw more. So, you know, in doing that, you end up finding your voice after many, you know, maybe attempts at other types of styles or honing your style, you know. But then you finally will. And I mean, some people find it quicker than others, but it is a process, man. It is a process. You know, you even have like real pro guys, like, and I'm going into comics, like I'm talking about comics, and I'm talking like, you know, when you see the evolution of some of these comic book artists, some of the comic book artists out there, like, you know, and I've mentioned them before, Jay Lee, Dan Panosian, like the difference, like the come up for those guys, man, and like their changing of styles over the years has really been quite something to watch, man. You know, it's very cool to sort of see. You know, Dan Panosian like did that sort of image style inking gimmick way back in the 90s and that. And, you know, like, the guy was talented. You could tell, like, he could move a brush, but it was the kind of style that he had to do that was, like, you know, that really heavy, like, almost, like, the hatch line looked like part of the costume, almost, type of thing. lines, and then you see him in the last I don't know how many years now, but he kind of came back. It's kind of like Art Tibbert too. Art Tibbert, I don't know what he's doing now, but he was another guy sort of like he did his own thing too after inking, being an inker too. But no, Dan Panosian, he's such an incredible cover artist now. Kind of just does that, and wow, his style has changed immensely. Still like heavily line influenced, like those kinds of choppy, angular, thick, thin lines. But so like now so refined and subtle and nuanced and like everything like jagged and like crazy, but multi-directional and all this stuff, right? So it's just amazing to see his work now as compared to what it was like even in the 90s, right? So there's guys like that, like I said, Jay Lee, Greg Capullo too. But I thought he was always strong. I thought Capullo was always strong. Even in his early days, I thought he had great structure, great drawing skill. But now he's definitely come into his style. For years now. But I mean. He changed his style quite a bit from I think when he started, and a lot of that too I guess happens with the inker. I thought he inked his own stuff, but I'm thinking of X-Force when I'm thinking of early Capullo. So maybe some of you don't even know what that looks like, but his style has changed. I think he's way more refined now too. I think he's like he's almost to that less is more, and he does that less is more thing really good, like really really well. Like in my estimation anyway. I think he's moving towards a more minimalist style. But man, it really works for him because he puts in just enough of the sort of interesting detail that draw your eyes and make everything look detailed. When maybe he just used a portion, everything else is just really economic. But yeah, there's a lot of good artists out there right now. I find that I like comic book wise. And again, comics is like wrestling. There's nothing like it. Like else on earth, man. Like it's its own thing, comics is such a culture too, or like a part of culture, pop culture thing. It's the origin of everything, right? Kind of thing. So yeah, very interesting, and I like stuff like that, right? I like stuff like that. I like sort of more indie music. I kind of like. Eclectic things, weird things, I've always loved Lego. I don't know if Lego's been like, I don't know if Lego was kind of like a kiddie thing at one point, but I've always liked it. I've never shied away from telling anybody that I liked it, like I'm a huge Lego fan. And after I'm done dealing with all my comic book stuff, that I'm dealing with right now, I'm going to get back to creating Lego City more actively. So I'm going to do some Lego videos too, guys. Again, I get people asking me about those too. And I'm not just saying that. Like, I don't just say stuff like that. I would never think of these things if it wasn't for people that I see at cons and otherwise, like asking me about things like that, man. Like the card deck thing and, tutorials like this and all that kind of stuff, like stuff of that nature. I always get asked about it. And the Lego stuff I get asked about, I get asked about the Lego builds because a lot of times, like, the Lego builds are blind and I just do them as I go and I have an idea in mind, and then kind of try to make it happen with the Lego blocks I have. So it's always like a tense situation, because you don't know if I'm going to be able to build the thing that I want out of the Legos that I have. But so far so good, it's worked, So I'm going to be doing, I think, more videos like that soon, because I'm almost done the Marvel comics, and now I'm on to the DC comics, and then the Independents, and then I'm done. So maybe another month. I'm gonna try to do it more actively, but man, there's only so many hours in the day. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. And man, I'm drawing like nonstop now too, and I'm enjoying it. Like, I'm enjoying it. I like, don't hear it as a complaint, or don't take it as a complaint. It is absolutely not. I'm busy and I love it. Like, I'm drawing a lot and I love it. And coming across that idea of actually having a tier in my Patreon where you get a custom, you order a custom, and I do it like. The tier is basically getting a custom and me doing it for you live on a live stream. I think that would be really cool. So I think I'm going to add that to the Patreon too, as a feature, or just like a one-time thing. Maybe for an $80 one-time support. Piece of support or whatever that you do, you get an actual custom drawing done and sent to you. Like, you get to keep the original, and I do it on like, I actually do the live stream of completing it for you, or you get a print of it maybe for less, but I do it for you as I'm on the live stream. So I don't know if anybody does that. Like, I'm sure it's been done before, but I don't know if anybody would do that as a regular thing, But I would do that. I think I would enjoy doing that. So if you guys are down with that, let me know. But I think I'm going to add it to the Patreon anyway as a feature. And if people want to take advantage of it, then it's there, like, say if you want, I don't know, Lobo or Spider-Man or a Transformer or whatever as a zombie, as a custom, then I will do it for you and do it for you live. Yeah. I'm a nice guy. I'm a guy. I think that'd be really cool. I think that'd be cool. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Let me know in the comments below. Let me actually just see if there are. No? Okay. Alright, so guys, I don't know how long I've been here doing the zombie Pokemons and the pinups and whatever else I did, if I did anything else. It's been so long. But I think I'm going to wrap it up soon. And you know what? We'll man, I almost got one finished out of the 9 that I did today. Like, wow, man, that's good. I think that's a good. I think that's a good track record there. I'm happy with it anyway, and I think it's because I'm doing it on a live stream for you guys. Yeah, I think you're helping me. I think you're helping me. Become faster. Because maybe if I wasn't doing a live stream, I'd be like, oh, you know what, I think I'm going to just watch a movie now or something. I did enough. But yeah, I think because you're watching, it's making me kind of more motivated to go and do a whole finished one. Get a whole finished one done, and from start to finish in one so to speak episode of the live stream. So I think this character looks great. I think it turned out good. I'm going to maybe add a bit more here and there, but I think it's pretty much finished for the most part. Maybe a couple little peppers, pieces of pepper there, and I'm drawing sort of little weird holes. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing there. So say here, just these little 3-dimensional holes that look like wear, tear, maggots coming out, a boil that burst, rotting something. So yeah, I'm adding those kinds of little things, as you can see. So yeah, a little bit more texture there. It's all emaciated and the skin's stretched over it, and it's discolored. It's angry. That face is just hilarious, though. I find that face is just crazy. Yeah. So yeah, I think that one's pretty much more or less done. I'm just gonna add. You know what? I'm just gonna add some highlights, a couple of highlights, and maybe a little bit of gray, just a wee bit of gray, to again sully it a little. Yeah, a bit of gray in there. A little darker, darker areas, splotches, and then I'll maybe blend it a bit with the other lighter gray pen. And I love these too. What are these? Tombow. Yes, Tombow. I love Tombows. They're also a great product too. I have. You know what? Where is my Tombow? Tombow. Where is he? I love my actual drawing Tombow pen is great too. I really love the tip. I really love that. So he's around. He's around somewhere. Tombow. Oh, here he is. Yeah, this one. These pens I really like. Great nib or great tip. That's a really nice one there. I don't know if it focused on that, but because it was kind of focusing on both things. But anyway, very, very good tip. Love it. Nice ink. The ink is nice. The ink is great. I think it's on the brown side, but it's vibrant. So there we go. Adding a little more shadow underneath there, underneath the character, blending it in a little bit, blending it in. Yeah. So, yeah. Kind of. You know what? For real, guys. Using kind of instinct, right? And kind of embellishing things with the instinct of keeping that zombie stuff in mind. How many zombie movies have I seen in my lifetime? And gore and stuff, and just textures that I've felt with my hands, and all of that stuff goes into the gear, man. All that stuff goes into your drawing, your life experience. Everything goes into your drawings, man. Your life experience is really is really a factor, man. A huge component, you know. So yeah, that stuff, when you can recall that stuff when you're drawing, it really helps, you know. And always have that backstory. Have that backstory for that character, even if it already exists, and you're doing something like I'm doing to it right now, like I'm turning this character that already exists into a zombie. But how did it become a zombie? Was it because of a meteorite from space? Was it because of a chemical spill? Was it because of radiation? Was it because of a combination of both things, or of a bunch of different things? Was it some kind of weird gas? Was it is it an insect? Is it a symbiote? Is it man, it could be, there's so many things, you know, like a parasite of some kind of bacteria. Like, man, there's so many different, it could be intentional, like, right? It could be like something that was created by government, a military branch of the government, whatever. And like, there's so many ways that zombies can be created, and as a result, depicted in your art, right? So that in itself is a backstory that you could give that drawing, right? Like, how did that character turn into a zombie? You know, by which ways did it become that way? Which of the many ways, or like even a curse, right? Like, what was the Italian movie? Just Zombie 2, right? I love that movie. I own that movie. I love it. But I think that was, what was that? I think that was like a medical thing. I think that was due to the guy was like a mad doctor type of thing. I think, because it also had like a sort of, it seemed to me like it had something to do with like a curse too, because they would hear the drums and then the zombies were coming out of the ground, you know. And then, yeah, that was a great movie, man. It's the famous one where the zombie fights the shark, right? So yeah, like, you can't unsee that. And I don't know about you, but I've seen that movie a million times, and I don't know how they got that guy to fight that shark for so long. Like, how did that happen? Like, I didn't see any scuba stuff on that guy. There were long takes in there, man. I don't remember seeing a lot of edits. Anyway, I'm not saying it's zombies, but it's zombies. Yeah, like, I don't know how they did that. Maybe I'm just kidding myself, but man, I think, like, obviously it's not a zombie, but I'm like, no, seriously, how did they do that? How's that dude under the water fighting that shark for so long? You know? Not saying it's zombies, but it's zombies. No, it's not zombies, but it's some pretty advanced trickery, man, if not that. You know? So yeah. And then the famous splinter in the eyeball scene, man, like something straight out of EC Comics. Yeah, like that is a movie that you can't, if you saw it, you can't forget what you've seen. Like, it sticks with you kind of forever, right? So yeah, no, that's an awesome zombie flick. Right from the get-go, like right from Jump Street, man. Like, there's some pretty ghastly scenes. Like that first fat zombie that you see, like the fat bald zombie guy that you see coming out of the water or whatever. That in itself was like, and you know what? I think if I remember correctly, a lot of that had to do with a lot of that was guerrilla filmmaking, man. They just kind of did it without permits and stuff, and that just makes it more realistic, man. If you're doing a horror movie, nothing is more realistic than realism. You can't not fake that. Like on location, like real locations, on location shooting and stuff like that, and like in places where are basically run down and real and like actually rusty and burnt out or whatever. Like, nothing tops that, man. there's a lot of awesome, fantastic like film effects, and like people who do the film effects and stuff, like make things look burned and rusted or whatever. Don't get me wrong, man. Those people are heroes, man. Those people are friggin' amazing at what they do. But nothing beats like being there, man. Like nothing beats that. Like think of the Dawn of the Dead, man, when they're in the mall. That was like, that's a real mall, man, and like that made it so much more authentic. So, and just like the Blues Brothers, man, I love that movie so much. Blues Brothers, man, when they trashed that mall, and that was a real mall too, So yeah, like that, and all the cars and all the stuff like that. I love that. And you know what? It makes it so much better because it's authentic. And I know you can't do that with. I know you can't do that with every movie, like but the movies that do really benefit from that realism, right? So everything real seems better to me. I you know what, man? But here's the thing: I grew up in a different time, right? I grew up in a different time where that was like commonplace, and I just find it like it is a lot of times better, man. It just is, and you can't really argue it. You can't really dispute it. Like I'm not saying like do Jurassic Park with nothing but practical effects, because man, like the advances in special effects, like CGI, when it's really well done, because man, there's still like in this day and age still like really rotten CGI, man. And like I get it, I get why too. Like don't get me wrong, I understand like limits are placed with budget and time constraints and things like that, like mostly budget. But man, time constraints are a huge thing too, man. Like Hollywood wants to pump stuff out, so they want like top-notch effects, and that can't always be the case. Like I thought Thanos was like a benchmark in really, really convincing, awesome CGI. Thanos was, I think, really well done. Yeah, but there's not a lot, man. There's not a lot. I thought, like, the DC, like, the Steppenwolf and that was, like, awful. I just thought it was awful. And maybe it was the design, too. Like, it was just all over the place, man. Like, there's so many components to his costume and all that stuff. And I'm like, man, I don't even remember a character looking like that in the DC comics, So yeah, I don't know. I didn't like the design. I didn't like how it was executed. But you know what, man? Again, I totally get it. Like sometimes time constraints and budget and just even design parameters, chosen by maybe committee too. You don't know, right? Where the decisions are like, where the buck stops, man, in those things, right? So seems to me that there's been a lot of dumb decisions in big Hollywood movies lately. So as of late, for the past 20 years, yeah, or more. No, I don't know. Kind of started really happening like maybe 20 years ago or so. At this point, I think. But yeah, so you know what? I know I said this like probably an hour ago now, but man, I really need to stop. And I see that there's 8 views happening apparently at this point. But man, guys, I have to I have to get some shut eye, man, at some point. I don't know what time it is right now, and yeah, I'm starting to feel the drawing aches. So I'm gonna shut her down. But man, I'll be back soon. I'll be finishing these Pokemon. I'll be working on those Zombie Pinups. I'll be working on more comic book work for Cape Fear 2. More comic book pages for Cape Fear 2, rather. What else? Oh, so much stuff. So if you want to see more of my work being done as I do it, tune in for more. Please like and subscribe. Please subscribe to this channel, guys. I need very little motivation, so just a like or a subscription to the channel would really make my day and really push me to do more content for y'all, and I really love to do that. So I'd really love your support. It would be fantastic. It would mean the world to me, and I'd be honored to get it from you. I hope that I've earned that with all the stuff that I've been doing lately too, and I hope you can help support my Patreon too. Check it out. Unlimited free daily zombie art done in traditional ways. Man, it doesn't get much better than that. It's a lot of fun, and I hope you check that out. And all of the proceeds to what I make from my Patreon go to more art supplies, getting more and new and better art supplies, honing my craft with those art supplies as well. So it all comes back to you. All the stuff that I do is for you guys, and I hope you can help support me on the Patreon. Even $2 a month. $2 a month. Like, I don't think it actually goes lower than that. So if you have the ways and means, guys, it would be wonderful. It would mean the world to me, and I would be even more motivated to create stuff. Not that I'm not already, but man, your support would really help. Sometimes it's just nice to know that people care about your work, and I'd sure appreciate it. So I'm going to wrap it up, and until next time, I hope you guys have a wonderful evening, and I will see you all again soon. But for now, I'm going to bid you adieu, and I hope you take care. Best wishes and love.